Welcome back. We've arrived here in the Center Marché. Let's see what we got in terms of the rounds. We've got a 4 SPG over there. Is that the board? Yeah, that's the board. I was just wondering if it was someone else. We've got a few new things at the shops from the looks of it. I mean, fishing. Yay! Fishing. What joy. I'm going to speak to these two first. Kane. We might be getting home a little late today. Actually, your mother should also be heading back soon. What do you say to grabbing some takeout before we leave? Good idea. How about we get that meat pie Mum likes so much? Oh, good meat pie would be nice right now. Oh, that's some smart thinking, kiddo. You're such a sweet boy, Kane. He is very able. We'll have meat pie for the entree, then. Why don't I buy some of your favorite cake for dessert? Yeah, I can share it with you and Mum, too.
Okay.
Okay, I really don't need to know about the cake, but alright. Tabitha, I just can't seem to find a vendor who's willing to take on my family's produce. The only stall I haven't asked yet is owned by the market manager, Romain. Romain? Romain. We'll go with Romain. He's famous for having strict standards, so the idea of being under his scrutiny has my knees knocking together. I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask, but still. I mean, yeah, just... If he says no, he says no. If this doesn't work out, I'll have nowhere else to turn. Oh, what do I do? Ask! Ask him! The worst case scenario, he says no.
Take a look at my wares.
How dare you, sir? My original fashion brand is geared toward young students. Wear out clothes and popularity would be all yours. That's the idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Feast your eyes on this.
No. I refuse. For as much as Moses loves his board games, the poor dear has never been very good at them. And though, by the look of things, it may just be that he holds back against me in particular. Oh, still I consider little acts of kindness like that to be the secret behind our happy marriage. See, that's where, like, me and Sarah, very, very different. Like, Sarah would hate it if I went easy on her. Absolutely hate it. It's like, no, she wants the fight. She wants the competition. Like, let's go, kind of thing. Like, all right. All right. The true appeal of board games lies in the social interaction they provide. Even now, I'll pick up the newest release from my wife, and I enjoy it together. In fact, we have plans to play one tonight. I'm counting down the hours as we speak.
Oh, hello!
Oh, hello!
Welcome back anytime.
Oh, indeed. He's so delightful, isn't he? Oh. More and more of my evening customers have been looking for weapons rather than hardware lately. Dealing in arms is a hassle and a half. And the toll it takes on my nerves and your nerves is nothing to scoff at. But at the end of the day, it's how I keep a roof over my head. You gotta make your money, mate, I suppose. Just what's going on with that boy? The brooding has been plain on his face lately. I only hope he hasn't gotten himself wrapped up in any risky business. Come to think of it, I don't see Lashkar around anywhere. Yeah, I was wondering about this in Trion Mall, wasn't I? What could have happened to him? We'll find out. We'll find out. I assume it will anyway. It just doesn't tell us. Be like, oh, okay. A tipple always tastes better before dark, after dark. You kids look a touch too young for that, though. Oh, indeed. We also have a range of non-alcoholic cocktails for sale if you're interested. It may not be the real thing, but the flavor should be to your liking.
Hello there!
Medicinal liqueur. Gives energy that makes you feel young again.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, we'll go this way.
Time for another swig.
Oh dear. Can I interest you in a nice, hearty bouillabaisse? Probably way off on that one. For dinner, it's chock full of nutritious seafood, bought fresh from Trout's stall.
What can I get for you?
Alright. Bouillabaisse.
Thanks for shopping.
It's so lively around here.
It is. Phew, nice work out there today, Kaina. I think you just earned yourself a little evening drink. Maybe I'll stop by Lashkar's place and pick up some of the fancy stuff before heading back. What I'm thinking is, like, you've got high heels, right? And you're standing on that grate there? Be careful, you get caught in it. You gotta be very careful. Hey! You know, I was thinking of asking your mother to make Vonio? Pasta for dinner tonight. Pasta. But I just can't think of a good dish to have with it. How about fried fish? That's an entree, sweetie, not a side. Still, it does your old man proud to know you always got fish on the mind. Fish! I bet Vologno, pasta and fried fish will go great together. How about we close up shop, head home and find out then? We wouldn't want to keep your mother waiting. Fish! Oh, that's still the same one because they're tied together, but...
They're as fresh can be.
A grilled salmon? Oh.
Thank you.
Oh no, thank you. Thank you. Don't you just adore the way jewelry glistens in the moonlight? Not really. It's enough to have the wearer simply brimming with confidence. Why not make a purchase and see for yourself? Phew, a dinner at the Centre Marché after a long shift at work is simply incomparable. The offerings are so diverse that you can easily find something that suits your fancy on any given day. To say that's half the reason I do business here in the first place would be no overstatement. Where am I going? There. Hey there, folks. You're just in time for our nightly meat bonanza. To heck with turning a profit. I need everybody to help me get my inventory out of this stall and into their stomachs. Oh.
What can I get for you?
Beef!
Thanks a bunch.
Or should it be boof?
Check out what I have on offer.
Okay. These kiwis are nice and ripe. I wonder if we have any left over later. What, the bird? Then I could share them with Kane and his parents. Kane, welcome to hell. Hurry and grab yourself some fruit before we close up shop. Act now and I'll give you 3 fully ripened kiwis for only 10 mira. Just be sure to eat them all before the day is out. How about it? They make for a great late night dessert, do they? You got nothing on your new though, so I can't actually buy the kiwi. That's a problem. Hello, you two. Oh, it's Frederica, isn't it? Yeah. Can't believe Ronald would do something so stupid. Was he really the one behind today's bomb threat? Don't act like you didn't know already, especially considering how close your families are. Can only imagine how much his dad paid you to turn a blind eye to all this. Everyone involved needs to be held responsible for their actions, including you. I can't say I disagree. I mean, the fact that I overlooked his behavior during my time as student council president, I have no excuse for what I've done. Sorry, I shouldn't have blown you up on you like that. I know you've already paid more than enough for his mistakes. Perhaps, but regardless, what Ronald did was a crime, and he will not be escaping the consequences this time. Frederica. So that's how she views the situation. I think I understand why she's so jealous of Ren now. She probably doesn't want to admit Ren's doing a better job. Gotta keep her pride intact somehow. Aw, I like the little insight there. That idiot ignored my calls just for this. You're a bit of a spitfire, James. Yeah, a plane, you know, during World War II. Just looking at that statue and the shadows coming off of it, it's like, oh, interesting. Back down we go. Let's go this way. Oh. Oh, thanks for coming, Agnes. I guess Van's still out of town, huh? Haven't actually had a chance to check the bulletin board yet. But it sounds like you have a request for us? We'd be happy to listen to whatever's troubling you. Does it have something to do with Lashkar? Yeah, he's been working part-time at the Center Marché recently. I'm sure you've heard that he's tried to become a bracer again, right? Ever since what happened to Cray Village, I thought he'd cooled off the idea, but last week he started acting a little different. And today I just can't figure out where he went. Kaina and Lashkar. They're both from Cray Village, but managed to keep from getting caught up in the disaster. Yeah, trauma doesn't always get better with time. At least, not easily. Kaina, I'm sure you must be terribly worried about him. I'd like to know more about what's been going on with Lashkar lately. Do you think you could give us some more information? Well, first, you remember how out of control he was last year up until the Revolution Festival, right? Yes, I remember. He had so much pent-up anger that he used to pick fights with the local thugs. And then at the beginning of the year, he started living with me, and he'd actually started making some friends around the Center Marché. I thought he had finally calmed down. But a little more than a week ago, no, maybe a little before that, he started running off at night. It's almost like he's worse now than he was before. He'll even start crying sometimes completely out of nowhere. Sounds pretty unstable. And on top of everything else, he came home injured yesterday. Now, if you remember, there was something about a cat, right? I tried asking him about what was going on, but he refused to talk. He just ran off again. Ever since then, I really am bad at this, aren't I? I don't think I'm supposed to be the one adult he can rely on. Please, if there's anything you could do to help him. I hope you realize this isn't all on you. We still don't quite have enough info to go on, though, which means it might take some time to investigate. What do you want to do, Aggie? Let me think. He's trying to find the cat. That's what's going on there. There's a bit of chaos in this one, okay. Yes, we'll take the case. I'm not about to leave Lashkar to suffer through his feelings alone. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I asked you for help. We're still short on info, though. Guess we'll just have to start asking around. Right, let's look for people he has regular contact with and see if they know anything. Maybe someone over at the chapel can help. Actually, he's been spending a lot of time talking to Yazan from the Center Marché recently. Yazan has ways of getting bits and pieces of news from the underground. Lashkar was talking to him a lot back when he was getting into fights. I see. Guess the only other place worth looking would be the guild. Yeah, he spent a lot of time there last year to help out. I think he was just looking for somebody to talk to. I know there were some bracers there that cheered him up a little, though. Then it sounds like the Brace Guild may have some useful information as well. Yeah, thank you again. I know he's in good hands. Alright, let's get investigating.
4SPG time.
Lashkar's path. My knife has been upended too, but that doesn't give me a free pass on this. Should have tried harder to understand how Lashkar was feeling and take his worries seriously. You guys are bringing him back safe and sound, right? Let me know what's going on with him when you find out. And I can apologize. Promise that I'll really be there for him this time. Again, I feel it's that case of like somehow the cat survived. Oh, speaking of cats. Tiger seems a bit down in the mouth somehow. Well, he did get flat out rejected not too long ago. The little guy is more sensitive than he looks, huh? Oh, yes, we understand, mate. Yes, meow, meow, and such. Some customers will tell me that drinking coffee too late in the day keeps them awake at night. That's the caffeine, yeah. That varies from individual to individual, however. Yeah, it depends on your caffeine tolerance. Others say they actually sleep better after having a cup of tea. I mean, the best thing for that is actually a cup of tea, you know, so... Yeah. Did I say tea instead of coffee? I do, anyway. My recommendation would be to add a generous portion of milk to a light roast. Doing so keeps its stimulating effects to a minimum, without compromising the soothing aroma. This will allay your fatigue, while still allowing for peaceful slumber. I highly suggest giving it a try.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
No.
Please stop by again.
Oh, this guy. One of the regulars here insists that cafe lattes and like are the only acceptable forms of grovel. The owner is the lenient sort, so I hold my tongue around him. The very idea reeks of ignorance. I mean, you're the one who reeks of idiocy to me, so, you know. Again, why have a bitter tasting drink when you can have something that tastes nice, mate? It's like, yes, but you build up your tolerance to bitter and then it starts tasting nice. Like, just drink the nice thing from the start. Yeah, I've said my piece on that. You know my stance there. My goal is to become a barista like Mr. Ward. I've been getting one-on-one brewing lessons from him. He really is too good to me. You know that man who's always sitting at the counter? Keeps claiming that coffee should be black and nothing else. But if you ask me, coffee that isn't sweet doesn't deserve a passing sip. I mean, again, it's similar logic with black tea and, you know, tea that I have that has milk and sugar in it. It's like, same logic there. It's like, yeah, just do that. I will not drink just plain black teas. It's like, no, they're too bitter. Just, ugh. Oh, hello. I just feel like there's a limit to how much information I can get in Edith. Anyway, have you found anything over in Erasion? Yeah, it's just like you said, something weird is happening with the stock market. But it's different from what happened last year, right? When the Quincy Company and ETWS did something. From what I remember, Valis Investment Bank was the one that came to their rescue. Exactly, it's not like their reputation was at an all-time high, but the people's faith in them has basically plummeted. However, I've actually noticed a new player in the market recently. There's this one investor who's been buying up all sorts of property in the Republic, even in Edith. Okay, this could be good, in terms of story, you know. So that's what was affecting the market. Yeah, if you hadn't said something in the first place, I probably wouldn't have picked up on it. Kinda thought it was just a lucky guess, but you've got some real journalistic instinct, don't you? Who's buying it up? Well, I did have a little help. But anyway, why don't you tell me the name of the investor? I would, but all I have are his initials. Okay, come on. Sounds like... Don't interrupt, Agnes! Sounds like Mario's been pretty busy lately. No, I want to know, no!
Alright, let's move.
Why, Mario's natural instinct and dogged thirst for scoops really catch me off guard sometimes. But they also stoke my competitive spirit as an RG reporter. I'm going to keep looking into this through my own investigative channels. What about the initials? It feels like it's going to be important later on. Oh, hi, Agnes. Out on the town with the substitute Spriggans. I heard about how you handled today's incident at the academy, by the way. Mind if I get an interview later? As nice as it sounds, we'll have to pass. Oh, well, okay. You must be pretty busy anyway, if you're still at it this late at night. As for me, I just got a lead on the case I've been dogging for a while, thanks to Ferdinand here. Now comes the part where I really have to work my butt off. You guys hang in there too, okay? We're not gonna find out the initials. Like, damn you, Falcom, you did that on purpose. It's the sort of thing like, I know damn well they did that on purpose. So that's the eponymous proprietor of Ghetto de Dune. Certainly isn't short on enthusiasm. I'm thinking of going out for some night fishing. I don't want anything distracting me from the catch, so I plan on filling my stomach here at the marsh beforehand. Marche. Come to think of it, Makino and Shannon have been getting a lot more comfortable with their rods lately. Maybe it's time I taught them how to do some night fishing of their own. Let's actually just go check on the fishing here. What was that?
There sure are a lot of fish here.
I've run past a radio. This is like... Yeah, I see it over there. There it is. Like it had a Doppler effect going on and everything. Fish.
Let's get started.
Fish. Bonk.
Not too shabby.
Is that new? No. Try again. Yeah, we'll go with the dumplings. Higher probability of getting it.
Now!
Oh. Bad. It's the same again.
Not too
But I don't want that one. I've run out of dumplings now. Me dumplings. I pressed that way too soon. I was busy looking at something else and being like, well, there's a portal over there. I should get the portal. And that's what I was thinking at that point.
Let's get started.
Let's.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now!
This looks like it could be the one just based on how difficult it is to get it. Yep, what's this?
Wow, rare
Whoa.
find.
That was in there? Jeez. Switchy. Right. It's almost like I need a moment to just scratch me head. Okay, speaking of fishing. Oh, hello. What? There. Welcome back, Shannon. Hey, I bought everything you wanted on your shopping list. Plus a few snacks for good measure. Actually, want to hear something crazy? They gave me a ticket for the lottery while I was checking it out. Why don't we try and give the wheel a spin sometime? A lottery ticket, huh? What's the grand prize? I think it was an all-expenses-paid trip to some island resort. Just imagine all the rare fish we could catch there. Island resort. Oh, you're right. We could totally make it a fishing trip. I'm sure Carl will be all for it. Alright, it's a plan. Let's try and spin the wheel tomorrow then. Yeah. They're pretty serious about fishing, huh? You know, I've noticed it's kind of rare to see kids and teens fishing in the Republic. It's a little funny, to be honest. We know so many people in Crossbell and the Empire that are maniacs about it. Oh no, I totally forgot we had customers. Sorry for the wait, you guys. Yeah, why don't you take some free samples? Alright, that makes up for what I used. Apart from the dumplings. Well, thank you very much. Oh, we'll be sure to put them to good use. Yeah, thanks. Makino's grandpa owns the store. I work here part-time, but Makino's running the counter for today. So since we can't go out and have fun together, I'm hanging back to give her some help. Kyle, on the other hand, is probably off night fishing somewhere. He's not at the moment. I've only done it a few times myself. He really needs to show us the ropes one of these days. Oh, that's his plan, that's his plan. You guys fish too, right? Always nice to meet a fellow hobbyist. Usually our regulars are the only other anglers we see. Well, I guess there was that one guy the other day. Maybe there's a bunch more out there just waiting for us to talk to them.
Something you're looking for in particular?
A carbon line? Now, how many of these can I get? Just the one. Okay.
Talk to you later.
I suppose. Kitty. Meow. Alright, so we got nothing left there now. Because we already started it. Okay, so.
Do you have a moment?
The guy trying to make a living. Lashkar, huh? Yeah, he's been in my place a few times in the past. Like to ask about stuff going on in the criminal underworld. Can't count how many times I told him not to get involved in all that mess. See, it sounds like he's been up to a lot lately. Was there anything about him that seemed different? We heard he started acting a little strange about a week ago. Unfortunately, I haven't seen him around in a few days. But you said this started a week ago? That's about all that Kaina could tell us, yeah. Do you know if anything happened to him around that time? Well, about 10 days ago. I heard talk that some people from the Central East have been up to something. Got ties to the underworld, too. Of course, it's just a rumor, but I figure it's something you might want to be aware of. Interesting. There's no clear connection, but it couldn't hurt to keep it in mind. A mysterious crime ring, eh? Sounds pretty shady. We don't know if they've got anything to do with Lashkar, though. For right now, it's just one more possible lead. And that was certainly an interesting conversation, although I can't really say we have more information than what we started with. We should talk to some more people before we rush into a decision. So it looks like we're done in this area. Alright, so we got those two. So we've got Riverside and Station Street. Like, Seidan District is the interesting one for me, because we haven't been there in Daybreak 2. I mean, we have as part of the story, but we haven't been there, you know, to do the rounds or anything, so that should be interesting in itself. But we'll head over to Station Street and start at the Bracer Guild.
Here I go!
Here you go! Because this is clearly where it wanted us to go, isn't it? Oh, it's you guys. Heard you had a few problems to deal with today. There was a bomb threat over at Aramis, right? Something to do with a grudge? Well, I'm glad it was taken care of before anyone was hurt. You seem to be awfully well informed on the matter. I guess information moves pretty fast in the guild. Hey, got any more details in that big brain of yours? Sorry, but we left most of the investigating to the police. Yeah, unfortunately we have our own issues to worry over. Oh, you do? If only we had more answers. Their own issues. Wonder what's going on. Yeah. And it looks like Elaine's out as well. Well, yeah. Well, it's not our problem. I say we just see ourselves out. We've had to do a lot of running around lately, so taking care of the capital has been left to our juniors. Only Fee were here. Well, they're doing fine at the moment, and I'm sure that's thanks to your group as well. Aw, cheers. Looks like we're short-handed as usual today. Guess I'll need to redo the roster again. Honestly, we've been a little concerned about what's going on in Longport recently. But with us having such limited staff, all we can do is observe.
One sec.
Lashkar, eh? Yeah, I figured you'd be on the case before long. Is this the case I think it is? So that was connected? What? I'm assuming the guild is working on it too. I knew Lashkar had connections to the guild, but this is way more help than I thought he'd get. Well, sorry to disappoint, but we're actually still waiting to hear back about him ourselves. We have someone hard at work on Lashkar's case right now, so we're leaving it up to him for the moment. Oh, him. Oh, glad to hear the Edith Branch is already on the job. It figures that Elaine's guild would be so on the ball. But who's this person you got working on Lashkar's case? A young bracer named Gray. Yeah, Lashkar's been talking with him a lot since the beginning of the year. He started noticing some changes in the boy before anyone else, so he went and took the initiative to investigate. Is there any way you could share any info he collected with us? Well, I don't see why not. Working together would probably be more efficient anyway. I didn't expect you to agree so quickly. It's Lashkar though, so you know. The documentation we got from Van mentioned that we'd be unlikely to get much help from the guild. That kind of ticks me off, to be honest. Well, regardless, you'll find no objections from me. We really appreciate it, so has Gray had anything to report? Well, as I'm sure you know by now, the boy's reverted to the way he was before, driven by anger and thoughts of vengeance. A particular concern is a fight he had with a delinquent several years older than him. Beat the man halfway to Sunday. Wow. He took on somebody older than him and won? Yeah, it's like, wow. Damn, Lashkar. It's not right, but like, wow. Yep, and apparently the guy even told Gray that he was way stronger than any other kid he'd seen. It seemed like it wasn't just a matter of technique either. We believe he's using something to make him more powerful than normal. Given the short time frame, I'd find it hard to believe that he's received any form of training either. I think the most likely cause is he's using some sort of drug. Yes, we came to the same conclusion. However, we still don't have any information on how he obtained these drugs, or who he received them from. Naturally, the guild cannot afford to let this continue. We told Gray to put everything he has into the case. Wow, this turned out to be a bigger issue than I thought it'd be. Yeah, we need to find Lashkar as soon as possible. By the way, Gray also mentioned the possibility that Lashkar's been having meetings with an unknown third party. Once we can identify that individual and their whereabouts, we'll head back out in another attempt to locate Lashkar. I actually have to deal with another job at the moment, but I plan to help with the search when I get some free time. Anyway, don't push yourself too hard out there, okay? Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing what you could with us. We really appreciate it. That was certainly an interesting conversation. Although I can't really say we have more information than what we started with. We should talk to some more people before we rush into a decision. Alright, so let's see. Is there anyone else in this building?
I think I'll give it a try.
I think you will give it a try. Alright. What we'll do is we'll get the middle ones done. And then we'll make our way off to the next location. Hey, look at this. Someone just posted a special expose on Nina Fenley. Oh, I didn't know you could get stuff like that on your T-phone. Now I really want one. She's so cute in that pic though. Honestly, that natural beauty aesthetic she's got going completely sets her apart from the other celebs. Yeah, no kidding. She might not be as much of a glitz and glamour girly as Judith is, but what she's doing works just as well. Her acting's supposed to be pretty good too. But honestly, I think her looks really speak for themselves. Totally. Oh, and her hair is so silky. Like seriously, give me a list of all her hair products.
Alright, let's move.
You know, I used to buy celeb tabloids all the time, but now all the hottest goss is up on the old net. Probably because the T-phone's been so popular lately. Man, this thing's really got it all, huh? All people ever talk about is how good Nina's acting is, but don't you think she's like picture perfect too? I mean, she's practically a doll. I need all her skincare stuff. Take that, Ronald! Lockups are good luck for you, bastard. Eat dirt. Alright, Woody. I remember him from 2 years ago. What's going on over there? Look, there's a crowd. It sounds like he's got quite the grudge against Ronald too. Guess the news has already made the rounds. Obviously, I don't have all the details, but this seems a little harsh. Golden Calamity. I'll be graduating soon, so I've started applying to all sorts of vacancies in Edith. I kept getting lost on the bus though, so I ended up getting to my interviews too late. But I won't let that stop me. I'll just have to add time spent being lost to my schedule from now on. Sensible, you're taking into account, like, yeah, you have issues with using the bus timetables and stuff, so it's like, yeah, you're taking that into account, so that's just sensible. That's just sensible. We actually have an achievement. Oh. Fair enough. And we want to go to Riverside, I assume?
Then let's head over.
If it's not the 4SPG board, no, because we could have another 4SPG. No, it's not. Okay, let's head across the bridge then. Ah, the church, yes, of course. Let's get this side done while we're here then. I figured we'd be heading to the race already, but Junifer's still working on maintenance, I guess. Can see her in there. By the way, the crowd might look kind of slim tonight. Downey and the others were busy with something else. Maybe we should just focus on learning our opponent's technique for the moment. Alright, let's have some fun, people! Yeah! And such. Oh, hello. Carlos. I've stopped by Bradley's every now and then just to see what he's up to, you know? I think it's a little funny he turned his niece into a car freak, though. Shame I'm not racing anymore. I'd have taught her everything I know. I've been friends with Carlos here ever since my Z1 days. See, he was a racer for Lino, and I was one of Ingut's chief engineers. We practically lived for our jobs. Yeah, we were busy as all get out back then, but it made for some good memories.
Can I help you?
Nope.
Come again.
Okay. Carlos actually managed to bring Lino to victory a fair number of times too. Had to retire because of an injury though. They've been going downhill ever since. Oh dear. So that's the spoiler changed. Whoa, Lucio was right, it fits perfectly. Hey, Tomboy, remember to do a final check before you head off, you hear? Yes, sir, and thanks for all your tuning advice. Alright, attachment complete, just in time for tonight's race too. Can't wait to see what this baby can pull off.
Let's go.
We're going, calm down. Jeez. Oh, 3 of you. Thank you for always taking the time to play with Earl. Sorry, I didn't think we'd go for so long. We played hide and seek today, Mummy. And Rooney's really bad at it. I won after I climbed that big tree. A tree? Earl, that's very dangerous. Well, it's not like it was hard or anything. She sure has a lot of energy to burn, huh? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to push her on you so often. She just really likes following you around. Oh, and your helping with her homework has really been a blessing too. I have to watch her like a hawk to make sure she finishes it all. Yeah, she's not really a big fan of doing things she doesn't find interesting. Maybe something in her textbooks will catch her eye someday. I can beat Rooney in whatever we play. Actually, I even had to teach him the rules for our games a few times. It's so nice. Yes, you are nice to him, yes. Let's go upstairs first. Historically, the Republic sees a rise in anti-immigrant sentiment whenever economic issues are anticipated. The Republic has been quite prosperous in recent years, but of course, that was likely due to the reparations made by the Erebonian Empire. With those having ended last year, many people have been making their concerns clear. Only hope history doesn't repeat itself. One can hope. One can hope. I'm getting stuck on everything. There was a particular sister that I had grown so close to in the past. Although she was of Central Eastern descent, she joined a Western-style church. But then a nuclear weapon... I can still hardly believe it. I must remain strong for her younger brother. Well, speaking of her younger brother...
Let's move.
One sec.
Oh, this is about Lashkar, isn't it? To be honest, I've been worried about him myself. The boy's been so torn up over his hatred of Almata recently. It's almost like he's gone back to his old self. You really think he's declined that much? Thought he'd finally started to recover. It must have been something that triggered his change in attitude. Do you have any idea of what that could be? Well, I imagine it had something to do with Nero. Nero? Was that a friend of his? No, it was the name of a cat that one of the little girls in Cray was taking care of. I assume he must have been lost in the explosion, then. Most likely, yes, but regardless, Lashkar's been determined to find him ever since. That's what eventually led him happening upon another cat that looked just like him. I'll never forget the look on his face when he said, maybe Nero made it out alive as well, after all. He couldn't be convinced otherwise. Now that I think about it, I feel like he has mentioned something about a cat before. But I've got a feeling the one he found wasn't actually Nero, huh? Fortunately not. The pattern on his fur was strikingly similar, but it was a completely different cat. Once Lashkar came to realize that, his temper flared up again. So the reality he was trying to ignore came back to bite him in the end. Honestly, I can't help feeling that we failed the poor thing. Failed to save him from his internal torment. If we're to have any hope of helping him this time, we'll need to treat this much more seriously than we did before. I agree. Once we find him, I hope we can count on you and the rest of the chapter to look after him again. While we're still on the subject though, have you noticed anything else odd in relation to Lashkar? Yeah, I get the feeling the whole Nero thing isn't what pushed him over the edge. There's got to be something else we're missing. The drugs. Actually, I did hear an interesting tidbit from a few of the parishioners recently. Apparently, Lashkar's been roaming around Riverside at night. From what I understand, he comes here even on days when he doesn't have Sunday school, but he's never seen going into any of the other businesses. Doubt he'd come out here just to goof off. You can get to the Blacklight District from here. The question is, where was he headed? Can't say for certain, but heard he's been spending time under the bridgeways along the river. Oh. Some rather unseemly types there have been around those areas lately, which makes me all the more worried. Thank you again for all your help, Mother Kaira. Or Kira. The details you shared should definitely help us track him down. Of course. If it gets Lashkar home safe, I'm happy to help. Oh, Arusha, may Lashkar be blessed by your grace, and may you grant Anya's and her friends your guidance and protection. Well, I believe we've spoken to everyone familiar with Lashkar. I think we have a pretty good handle on what's going on now. Me and S had a few ideas already, but you really helped us narrow them down, Aggie. You're just as quick on the uptake as Van said you were. You really think so? Anyway, let's go back over everything one more time so we can figure out our next steps. Check the side of the river. Well, I think we have enough info to piece together what Lashkar's been up to. Yes, however, we still don't fully understand what brought about the change in his mental state, or why someone's attempting to take advantage of him. Well, at the very least, we know that he's been meeting up with an individual under the bridges. That's our best lead right now. Yeah, the lady at the chapel said he'd been wandering around Riverside, right? And hasn't there been a lot of dangerous activity lately by the underground maintenance tunnel? That's right. I have a feeling that's where Lashkar's been heading off to. Especially considering what the Bracer Guild told us about the possibility of drugs being involved. However, while we know Lashkar's been spotted in the area, nobody's actually seen him entering the underground maintenance tunnel. The area is incredibly inconspicuous though. I have a feeling we have the right place. Yeah, Riverside as a whole seems a little like a pretty convenient location for whoever Lashkar's dealer is too. Don't you think so, Aggie? Sounds like you're already one step ahead of me, Nadia. You're right. As Arn mentioned, there were people from the Central East with ties to the criminal underworld. Underground, after all. If that's who pushed Lashkar into this, it would explain the meeting place. The chapel here he goes to is here in Riverside, and there are more Central Easterners here than in other districts. Which means it'd be easier for them to blend in. That explains why they're so willing to do this stuff in public. At any rate, we should check out the underground maintenance tunnel and see if we can find any more leads. I'm with you all the way, Aggie. And if somebody is down there, I should be able to sense them, no problem. Yeah, can't hurt to do a little reconnaissance. Let's go take a look. She's got a bit more dialogue. We'll finish off the rounds in Riverside by going that way. We will do everything in our power to help Lashkar find peace again. Surely the winged goddess will guide our way. We're going to be talking about... Ooh, hello. The winged goddess and other factors regarding my idea of there being a space station up there somewhere in the next theory part. That's what we're building towards. That's Toa!
Oh, sweetheart.
Hey, it's Tiny Teach. Welcome, welcome, my darlings. What are you three doing here? I trust you're not up to anything bad, right? As an instructor, I'm afraid I can't condone my students partaking in such an embellishment. Oh, we're not here to drink. Don't worry, I'm only kidding. I know you're just here to see Bamotti. I was actually getting some info from him as well. You walked right into the middle of our conversation. We're talking about how discrimination against people from the Empire has finally managed to die down a bit. Yeah, I guess you're right. The general attitude towards them seems to have lightened up in the past few years. The fact that the people hold Fee in high regard now is proof. I suppose it's too much to ask for long years of discord to be resolved in such a short time. It's nice to see us working towards reconciliation, though. On a similar note, the relations between Crossbell and the Empire have also improved considerably. Although I would think much of that improvement is thanks to the Round of Seven. Isn't that right, Toei? Yes, that's right. I'm sure everyone's been doing their part to cooperate to the best of their ability. Especially Reen. His name has been mentioned. He's always working with His Imperial Majesty on all manner of issues in the Empire. We keep trying to tell him not to overdo it, but he's always been a little stubborn. Sounds like a real workhorse. No thank you. Well, I can't say I'm too familiar, but it sounds like both the Ashen Chevalier and the Round of Seven haven't changed very much. You know the Ashen Chevalier, Miss Toa? I knew you were well connected, but, I mean, from my perspective, they were going out, so... You know... Reen Schwarzer and Miss Toa. Not only were they fellow students, but they seem to be co-workers as well, probably more. Everything I've read about him is based on rumors, though. I wonder what he's really like. I keep in touch with my juniors through an app called the Round of Seven. It was launched around 3 years ago. Lately, I've been trying to keep them informed on what's happening in the Republic. I've been even mentioned Swin and Nadia to them a few times. They're really hoping you to enjoy your school lives. I'm imagining a room full of saps looking at us. It's kind of creepy. What she means to say is we appreciate it. It's like he's just translating. How strange, and on your first day, no less. I would say it's to be expected for the life of a substitute Spriggan, but at least you still have the rest of your school year ahead of you, right?
The world and this menu. See you later.
Okay. Oh, you two are back. The new chapter was amazing. The scene where Akira and Shadow Akira crossed paths once more. It's like the emotion was flying right off the page. I think it really added to the depth of the Dark Hero's character too. Boy, I sure am glad I came along on your trip. Is that right? I never got a chance to enjoy myself. I've got so many more fans now too. Man, they're never gonna let me relax. Looks like her mind's wandered off. Maybe she's planning the next plot twist. Well, I'll let you get back to it then. Look forward to next week's issue. Hey, Cronin, you don't have much of a love life, do you? Huh? How could you tell? Man, I really thought that trip was my chance to take it easy for once. Does he get a kick out of making my life harder or something? We do have one request, actually. It's about the next chapter's lineup. Mia's won a lot of popularity polls, right? So maybe we can add more about her. I know this might be a lot to ask, but just consider it, please. Mia, huh? Didn't actually have anything in mind, so whatever's fine with me. Guess she is pretty easy to draw, too. I'll just whip up something real quick. Oh, dear. Alright, so it's down there now. Oh, you two. Hey, Selma. Can tell you've been jogging again. Here, I brought you a coffee. Thanks, Lodi. That was real nice of you. Well, you deserve a little treat after all the work you've done. Still, you've really been running a lot lately. Got some kind of goal you're working toward? Yeah, something like that. Oh crap, there's no way I can tell him I'm just trying to lose weight so I can get a boyfriend. Actually, there's a marathon that happens in the capital every May. I was thinking that maybe I could participate in the one that's coming up. But I'll probably just end up embarrassing myself. I don't think you will. Huh? Don't give up, Selma. I'm sure we can make your dream come true someday. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but what does that mean? So, that's what she's been thinking lately. So that's why she's working so hard? Well, I'm kind of interested now. Maybe I'll try it out with her sometime. Aww. What did he mean by that? We can make your dream come true. What's my heart pounding for? Am I dying? Am I dying?
Come on in and eat your...
Damn, my mouth is really burning. Primo's been trying out some more ideas for our new look how embarrassed she looks. Oh dear. Yeah, she's been trying out more ideas for our menu item. She had me eating nothing but habaneros all day. Why am I her taste tester anyway? Just whose stand does she think this is? Maybe I should take a more firm stance with her. Come to think of it, I used to have a few regulars who were singers. They called themselves idols. I've actually had a number of live performances lately. Seen it. But that means they've also stopped coming by as often. Aww. Still, I'm glad they're doing alright. If I can see them, I can at least cheer them on.
My stuff can't. I'll be waiting for you.
It's clearly the same voice actor as Mishi. There's something missing. Our tech house won't win without it. Maybe we should add something more stimulating? An ingredient that really fires up the senses? Oh, whatever it is, I'll find it. Anything to beat Shino's bar. Oh dear, oh dear. That's like a little different. The flavors is never the same. It's kind of been throwing me off, honestly. Oh well, maybe the next batch will be better. got to try this place called Jeff's Tacos. It's in Honolulu.
Okay.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah, it's really nice.
than here.
Phew, feels like it's been a while since we've had troublemakers in town. Can't believe it ended up us making a trip to Crossbill. Yeah, white-collar schemes are the worst. I'm glad it's over. Anyway, you've been doing a lot of training lately, haven't you? I'll be depending on you, Mr. B-Rank. Only a little. I mean, I just want to be able to protect people on my own from now on. But mostly I want Regina to stop telling me I'm hopeless without her. Well, I have a feeling getting stronger won't solve that issue. Wait, what? Why do you say that? Oh boy, men sure are hopeless. Can't help but feel a bit sorry for Regina. Damn, he really has no clue, huh? No. Whatever, I'm more worried about Gray anyway. Feels like he's been pretty focused on looking for something lately. Maybe I should check up on him. Maybe you should. Oh, it's you. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. I was just thinking about how I needed to get Lashkar to start training me soon. Yeah, I made it to B rank, but that doesn't mean I can start slacking off. I need to get stronger. Let's finish the rounds up here first before we head down. What we got then? Hey, you came just in time. We have a surprise guest performing today. Her skills are amazing and she's definitely no amateur. Admission's free too, so come on in. Huh. Who is it? Don't want to look yet, don't want to look. I don't want to look.
Whoa! Sounds like a party in there.
I like to come out of the concert hall to drink on occasion. It gives me a chance to listen to new music. I had no idea some of my students would be here though. I was starting to feel a buzz. Oh well, I suppose this performance is rather interesting. I think it might have even given me chills. Is there a draft in here? Isn't that called frisson? I think it's similar to the effect you get from ASMR. Similar. Preparing for the festival is fun and all, but it's always nice to take a break every now and then. Is that the one from the quest? Like, she's probably going for it, right? Who we got then? Hello, Nina. Disguise. Thank you for letting me join you on such short notice. The time we spent together is yours and mine alone. Let's make this a night to remember. Woohoo. Oh, it's pretty lively in here. Wait, where have I seen her before? Come on, everyone, raise those voices. Get your blood pumping. Woohoo. Yes, had we not done that, it was a side thingy, one of the connection events, wasn't it? That we found out that she was doing that. So we wouldn't know. We'd probably put the pieces together at this point, but you know, it looks exactly like a same model kind of thing. There's a child's footprints here. They look fresh. Anything on your end, Nadia? I'm not really picking up anything. But looking at the map, this tunnel's pretty long, isn't it? It's hard to get a clear reading of the inside when we're all the way out here. Aren't you guys... Ray? Ray, what are you doing here? So it is you, Agnes. And these must be the two substitute Spriggans filling in for Van. Hazel told me you guys were helping out with Lashkar's case. I'm surprised that you already managed to sniff this place out. Seems Van trained you guys well. Actually, I think we just got lucky. Because the information everyone gave us was so helpful, all we had to do was narrow down his location. I was hoping we might be able to track down the person Lashkar's been meeting with as well. Huh. Wait a second. Thought you guys knew he was inside already. What? Did you follow them here? Yeah, I managed to puzzle out where they've been meeting so that I could tail one of them. It's been about 30 minutes since Lashkar first entered. I bet anything he's meeting with whoever his dealer is right now. My hope is to secure the meeting place, expose whoever's behind it, and get Lashkar back home. So you're using Lashkar as bait to pin down the ringleader? That's a little surprising considering the kid's so fond of you, I mean. From a risk management perspective, I made the best decision I could. If all I did was put a stop to Lashkar's meeting with the dealer, the larger issue would just disappear. Well, I guess that seems reasonable enough. Not the kind of thing I'd expect from a bracer, though. I understand where you're coming from, but for right now, are you willing to give us a hand? Of course. I don't have any problem working with you guys. Plan to make my move soon, though. Once you're ready, let's start making our way in. Me and S are ready when you are, Aggie. This might take a while. I doubt we'll be able to come back out for supplies either. Just something you might want to take into account. Right, let me think here. Let's go! I'm ready. Let's get going. This might be the only chance we get to save Lashkar. Alright, let's head in. I had a feeling we wouldn't find anyone. Actually, I'm sensing someone further in. This tunnel has a pretty complicated layout, though. Can't make out very much. And my Zephyr's not detecting anything other than monsters in the vicinity. If we stop to look around right now, it'll just eat up time. Let's wait until we're further in. Yeah, there's no time to waste. What do we say we take the shortest route we can to the far end? I'm sure we can handle anything that comes up along the way. Good idea, let's hurry. What are they planning to do by bringing him in here anyway? Just what are they after? Why Lashkar? It just doesn't... Is something wrong? Nope, I was just thinking about how you seem a little unusual for a bracer. You felt for Lashkar, listened to his troubles, and even now your main focus is on saving him. Kind of feels like you can really relate to the little guy. Which would mean you've been through a lot yourself. Just try to do what I can to help. I mean, he's counting on me. So I have to keep him from making the same mistakes I did. Nadia, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. Just having a little chit-chat is all. We're coming. Nice work out there, kid. How you feeling? Your body getting used to it yet? Yeah, it feels good. I can get as angry as I want, I can hate as much as I want, and it fills me with power. I get stronger the more I think about them. The ones who murdered everyone in my village. Looks like he's taking to it even better than we expected. In that case, we should be able to up his dosage. You know, I wasn't expecting much from the rumors at first, but this kid's got some pretty serious rage built up inside. You got a real nose for telling, Commander Javid? Especially to find a kid like this among a bunch of peace-loving rubes like the ones here in Calvert. What makes you say that? Pretty easy to spot talent in the Blacklight District, don't you think? At least easier than spotting it on the battlefield. Letting this kid fade into oblivion would have been the real tragedy, if you ask me. If we raise him right, he'll make for a hell of a warrior. If I get stronger, I can do anything. Otherwise, I couldn't protect. Yes, think of that hatred as your fuel. Seems like I was right to have high hopes for you. It looks like our visitors have finally arrived. What did you think we wouldn't notice? These guys must be part of that one Jaeger group from the Central East. The Scorpions of Zahat, I think it was. Surprised they noticed us. Guess the rank of captain still means nothing even in the C-tier Jaeger group. True, even if they did get knocked out of last year's death game in the first round. The group dispatched to racing was one of our least skilled units. It'd be wise not to conflate them with the best we have to offer. That little mishap did force us to reflect on increasing the strength of our military prowess. Huh? What are you doing here? This is none of your concern. Lashkar, what have you done to him? They really have been giving him enhancement drugs. Seem different from the ones Almata were using, though. Don't get the wrong idea. He came to us with nowhere to go, seeking power and tormented by loneliness. All we did was give him the means to convert those feelings into the power he so desperately wanted. Enough. You really think you can get away with manipulating a child into taking narcotics? I'm offended you'd put our herb on the same level as that poison Almata liked to dole out. See, in our homeland, there aren't any laws that prohibit its use, so it's hardly seeming fit to judge by your standards, don't you think? And you want to know something funny? It's not illegal in Calvert either, that's what I was going to say. Like, yeah, but if it's illegal here, it's illegal. Is this really what you want, Lashkar? Thought you wanted to be a bracer so you could protect Annie. Whatever happened to that little boy? Is this his idea of strength? But back then I couldn't protect anyone. I understand why you wanted to drown in your hatred. Maybe you understand better than anyone else. But even if you were to accomplish what you hoped to with it, you'd never be able to feel pride for what you've done. He's right, you know. Getting that kind of power as a child has a way of haunting people for the rest of their lives. It's like part of me feels like Lashkar could end up being part of the society. Like, there's enough there that could lead towards that. I've seen a lot of kids broken because of it. Can't say it's something I'd recommend. Right, this isn't the type of power you want. It'll end up swallowing you whole. There's a strength beyond all the suffering you're feeling, but it's one you'll have to find for yourself. If that's what it took to throw him off, then maybe the kid really was a waste of time. It's not that simple, he's just feeling conflicted. If we can show him the path we've laid out for him is the one of true power, then he'll find his resolve. I guess that means we got to prove we're right then. And yes, I'll look for an opening and try to pull Lashkar out of there. Can you three draw their fire until we get to him? Understood. We'll do our best. Just be careful, okay? We'll give it a job and we're not leaving here until we finish it. Lashkar's coming with us.
Destroy them!
Okay. Let's go with a shield.
Here I go.
And then mark them up.
We can win!
Activating skill!
You aren't getting away! Cross! Sniper!
Or just finish them off completely, okay. You're all stronger than I thought. Suppose I underestimated you. You're right, we are strong. Even without Van, we're fully capable of putting a stop to your schemes. Captain, the kid's gone. What? Don't try to call foul now. Feint is a valid strategy in warfare. As Jaegers, I'm sure you know that all too well. Damn it, we failed. And after all the times I told you to keep an eye on your sixes. Nice job, Grey. You know, you're not half bad. Have you considered becoming an assassin? Now that Lashkar's safe, there's no need to stay here any longer. Like, is he going to answer that question? You think you can run from us? Pincer them on both flanks. Yes, sir. He's got a shooter. Oh, how considerate. Must be a real hit with the ladies. Not that I have eyes for anybody but S, of course. Enough talk, let's move. He just doesn't hear what she says. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah. Lashkar, are you awake? Is the drug wearing off? No, I can't. Damn it. I don't think the drugs are affecting him anymore, but he still seems pretty unstable. That's why I wanted an easy solution, a way to run away from it all. That's how they were able to reel him in. He just has to keep moving forward. He needs to face what's going on inside him, no matter how difficult that may be. Yeah, but I really think he can do it, even if he did have a bit of a stumble. Look out! An ambush. We'll never be able to hold off this many of them. It'll take an act of the goddess to turn the tide in your favor this time. So what's it gonna be? Fight and risk death, or hand the boy over and leave with your head still attached? I don't think so. You messed with the wrong kids, Scorpions. You did a bang-up job on your own, Grey. Now let us handle the rest. You guys. Sorry we're late. Took us a little to put together what was going on. Jin and Elaine had other business, but I figured we could spare the rest of the crew. Can't believe the Scorpions of Zahat were behind all this. I'm sure you filled his head with all kinds of crap trying to turn him into one of your child's soldiers. I didn't think this guild would come out in full force. What do we do, Captain? We withdraw. It's too bad about the boy, but we have a little choice. Really? Didn't you hear me? I said withdraw. It's time to cut our losses. Can't afford to waste resources right now. Yes, sir. Damn. Would have preferred to capture them, but they're fast little suckers. Kaina! Oh, Lashkar, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize what was happening. Kaina, damn it. Damn it all. Oh. Lashkar, do you think you've managed to calm down a little? Calm down? What do you mean, calm down? Me pretending to be calm was what led to all this. None of the adults understand. They all just think I'm sad or holding a grudge. When I was just sitting around, all those Almata bastards were killed off. So why do I still feel empty inside? Please, somebody tell me why. I get it now. You weren't after revenge. You had all these feelings of anger and sorrow, and once it was over, everyone wanted to go right back to normal. Once I found out Nero was gone too, I just couldn't take it anymore. Thought if I could just run away from it all. So, when those guys from Zahat started telling me that drugs could help me escape what I was feeling, and that I'd never lose anything ever again, if I just got stronger, Lashkar, I know exactly what you're feeling. Being powerless, it's... No, you don't. Grown-ups don't understand anything. If only that was the case, mate. Hey, we understand a lot better than you think. Told you before, didn't I? We're the same. I lost my family to Almata too. All I could think about was revenge. But I found my way back. And that's why I'm here now. You lost your family? Kinda figured it was something like that. So he's finally come to terms with it. Well, good for you, but that's why I have to. Do you really think those people were your best chance? You ought to be strong, right? But if it's true strength you're after, there's a better path for that. A path where no matter what style you choose, it'll be a strength you earned. A strength that's yours and yours alone. That's why that shortcut they promise can't hold a candle to what you can do on your own. Even if it'll be a struggle to get there, you'll have plenty of time to find your way. You just have to be a bit patient while you look for it. That's how it was for me and S. Right, I'm sure you'll find something that'll guide you in the right direction. Once you do, you make everyone in Cray Village proud, Annie included. Alright, I almost forgot. Grey-headed Lashkar handmade charm with the Bracer Guild's emblem on it. Aw, mate, that's so perfect. This is the charm that Annie made for me. Oh, that's even better. At first, I thought maybe you'd just forgotten about it, but now I realize that this is what you were running from all along. Because if you didn't, you might remember the person you were. The real you. If your heart still aches at the sight of it, that's a sign that you haven't given up yet. It's not too late, Lashkar. We can move forward. Together. Why? Yeah. It's like, oh, it's like, just give him a hug. Just give him a hug. She appeared from nowhere. Once Lashkar had settled down, the group decided to bring him back to the guild, and that would be the best option. Due to Lahad's familiarity with the drug that was used, he was able to treat Lashkar's symptoms quickly and efficiently. Thankfully, the substance had only been administered a handful of times. Lashkar was expected to make a full recovery. Both Jin and Elaine were concerned for the boy and rushed back to the guild upon hearing news of his situation. So that's what happened, huh? Well, looks like Gray ended up being the right man for the job after all. Glad you were able to rescue the kid before it was too late. I must commend the rest of you for coming to his aid as well. Your arrival seems to have played a pivotal role. And of course, Anya, Swin and Nadia, thank you again for all your support. Of course. We would never turn a blind eye to Lashkar, or any resident of Cray Village for that matter. Furthermore, it's our duty to help others in Van's stead. Honestly though, we wouldn't have made it this far without a certain bracer in training laying the groundwork for us. I just did what anyone else would do. Besides, I'm the one that... Personally, Lahad was the one who impressed me the most. How do you learn to detox someone like that? Never really thought of you as the brainy type. What, you thought I was just some meathead? See, in the Central East, it's not uncommon to run into people using drugs and herbs like this. When I was stationed at the guild there, and they did a pretty good job of drilling us on all the basic treatment methods. That being said, we only treated his symptoms. Ill need to be examined later by an actual doctor. Won't going to the doctor give him a record for doing drugs, though? Yeah, I could see that being an issue for any background checks in the future. For most people, it's a good opportunity for rehabilitation, but for Lashkar, it'll just make it harder for him to get back in the straight and narrow. Yeah, that's true. We need to remember to keep his future in mind when making any further decisions. We should treat Lashkar. Isabel. Like this time, it's like Isabel. Think we should let Isabel treat him in secret? That way his record will be kept clear. Like, yeah, I feel like this is a better option. Like, he's dealing with grief. Like, there was reasons behind what was going on. It's like, we don't want like any more issues in future for him if we can avoid it. The doctor from the Blacklight District. I've heard she does good work, but... You must be joking. How can we trust him to some back alley doctor? Take it easy, Alvis. In spite of where she's from, I can at least vouch that she's a fairly competent doctor. Yeah, she'll be alright in this regard. Still, you must have a pretty good reason if you're willing to suggest something like that to us. I do. I want Lashkar to face up to his own mistakes. As we mentioned, taking him into a normal hospital resulted in him having a permanent mark on his record. But it won't actually affect him until he gets older. I worry that he won't learn his lesson. Oh, I get it. You think having him treated in the Blacklight District will act as some kind of wake-up call? Trial by fire, huh? That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking like just leave his prospects for his future open. Don't make this one mistake damage his future kind of thing. Because it's that mistake born from like tremendous grief. That's where my logic was coming from. It's like, no, he's made a mistake. He's gonna correct his ways. He doesn't need that to come back and haunt him in the future, as well as everything else that's happened already. Like, no. So trial by fire, huh? That's surprising coming from you, Agnes. You might be right, though. Could be exactly what he needs at the moment. Not you too, Lahad. Elaine, say something to them. Surely you don't think this is a good idea? Well, it's certainly not ideal, but she makes a good point. And as long as we have some safeguards in place, yes, it might be worth looking into. The guild will have to handle any negotiations with Isabel. We'll raise the money for treatment too. However, that does mean we'll be the ones setting all the terms as well. We'll move forward with it as long as nobody has any objections. What do you say, little lady? Yes, that sounds fine to me. I just want to help Lashkar get back to living a normal life again. Yes, that aspect is what I was after. Like, just try and help him. Understood. Let's go ahead and talk this over with Hazel. We'll get the ball rolling on everything. Well, alright, I guess I'm willing to compromise. Thank you all for being so understanding. Suppose now's the only thing left to do is deal with Lashkar's emotional state. He's been drowning in his pain for so long. I think getting him to work through it all is going to be pretty difficult. Still, I have a feeling he'll be alright in the end. Yeah, me too. He'll be fine as long as he's got people like Gray to sympathize with him. I think you might be overestimating what I'm capable of. I mean, it's not like I'm a therapist. No, but you understand his pain. Levy Arnold, a B-rank bracer stationed at the head branch in Le Mans. She was tasked with working undercover to gather intel. A lot of her information was obtained by spying on our martyr. Fortunately, she was killed in the line of duty. She was your older sister, wasn't she, Gray? So that's what he meant. We know you lied about your nationality and work history to get into the guild. And we know the reason why you were trying so desperately to enter the Republic. In fact, we've known for a while now. You wanted revenge. That's what all that training was for, and all that digging through confidential info. So that's why he understands how Lashkar feels. You knew the whole time. Then why would you let me stay? Took advantage of my position to do so many horrible things, so why? Well, let's just say we spent a lot of time observing your behavior. I'm sure you've realized it for yourself by now, but that grudge isn't the only thing that's been motivating you. That's right. You continue to display a strong sense of both conscience and duty. Your actions don't lie. Kaina, are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. I think I'm finally beginning to understand what Lashkar's been going through. I just want to thank you all for giving us another chance. Of course, this isn't something you should have to shoulder on your own. It takes a village, right? I've heard you've been keeping an eye on Lashkar for a while now. They told me you leapt into action as soon as you found him. Words can't express how grateful I am. Hear that, Gray? You've done a lot for the people of Edith. So let me ask you this. Where do you want to go from here? Do you even need to ask? I want to keep moving forward, and I want to keep protecting this city. Well, if that's what you really want, then better be prepared to work your ass off. Feel like maybe I said something I shouldn't have? Everything's alright, yeah? You're fine, Kaina. Actually, you just did Gray here a pretty big favor. I'm glad we were able to help. Those two are going to be just fine. Yeah, they'll get back on their feet in no time. But it probably wouldn't hurt to check in on them every now and then. Yeah, I want to make sure their problems end with us. Solving problems isn't exactly what I'm known for, but it was pretty good knowing we helped save a kid's future.
All in a day's work.
Yeah, I like that quest. That was nice. Bit of chaos there, because yeah, it's that sort of thing like, that one felt more right to me though. Okay, it's that sort of thing like, most of the time I'm going to skew Law or Gray, sure. But there's the odd thing like that where it's like, no, that feels better to me. Gotta look out for him. And it's considered chaos, so you know. Again, thank you. We could never have saved Lashkar without your help. It's also gave me a chance to face myself. Anyway, I won't let any of my previous work be in vain. I'll be moving forward from this. For my seniors, for Lashkar, and for my sister. Cool. I plan on consulting with our headquarters on what to do with Gray. Well, as long as he's passionate about bracer work, as he was before, I'm sure he'll be fine. Maybe I should ask them about that other thing while I'm there too. Wait, there was something else? Oh, okay. I really can't thank you enough for helping Lashkar. I'll make sure to keep a better eye on him from now on. Maybe I should talk to him about his worries too. I have a feeling we might have a few in common. Anyway, I may not be able to talk about feelings, but it's something we'll just have to learn. Tripled up. He seems to be doing better. Still, should probably give him some space. Yeah. Okay, so let's just check downstairs then. With you. I'm really glad you guys got to Lashkar in time, but I can't help feeling like we could do more to prevent it all. We probably should have paid more attention to the kid. Well, thankfully, Gray made up for where we were lacking, and that gets him a gold star in my book. Probably be a good idea to have him work more with Lashkar in the future too. Yeah, hopefully still make him head towards being a bracer sort of thing. Right, so what we'll do then is we'll end this part here, and in the next part, let's head off to... let's finish off the Station Street rounds. We've done Riverside now. We'll head to Old Town before we head to Tyrell and Satan, because maybe the one in Old Town will lead us, like the 4SPG that is, will lead us to these two. It's entirely possible. We'll find out though, won't we? In the next part. Ta-da for now.